Howdy y'all and welcome to Lax Lives. I think it's time we play a little 7 Days to Die. Oh man, you know what? I totally thought it was way later in the day. Can I stand on this? I need to get rid of that car. Yeah, it's still Horde night, so obviously I'm about to get a new Horde. Uh, which isn't good because I'm out of ammo for my main gun. I was thinking, if I've got any points, I do, I need to take the point to make a bicycle because I'm tired of waiting. Advanced engineering. Workbenches, no, no. Grease monkey. Grease monkey is what I want, right? Craft bicycle parts. But you need intellect level 2. Oh man. Wait. I already have advanced engineering. Oh. I need to go tinkerer. I need one more level in this anyways. So that, oh, it requires 4. Wow. Because it would be really nice if I could build myself a workbench to use. I don't see that happening too quick though. Especially if I don't get down here and kill me some zombies. I expected more of a horde. I mean, we got one last episode. There they are. Not as powerful with the pistol. Dang it. The guy was down. I wasn't going to shoot him. I had to reload. Empty green sedan. I thought it was saying something about glacial greens. I'm playing Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 3. Oh man. It's funny to me that they, how often zombies fall in a manner that stops you from being able to hit them in the head. Also, how is my stamina not full? Yep, I was just posting to the old D&D Discord. I was gonna say thread. We haven't played in X amount of days thread. I forgot to do it on Saturday, and I mean I thought about it, but I wasn't at my computer in that way when I thought about it, and then I was like, I'll get to it later, and then I just didn't. But it is now 341 days technically. 339 is what I wrote in there. Oh, there we go. That gets rid of that car. I was hoping we get a point. I really want to make a bicycle. killed that guy through the wall. I mean, technically, I guess that would work. Seeing as how bullets would go through a wall. I mean, not wall, but plywood like that. Yeah, so... Yeah, 341 days since the last time my DM posted... Shoot. What we were doing. 339 days. Now, we've asked him in real life. Hey, you know, this works better, dude, if you actually shoot the zombies. Just saying. Because I'm not doing a good job of shooting the zombies, that's for sure. Woo, that is not the side. Woo, I almost leapt off there. I want to come back around here. They almost got me. Where'd you guys go? I need you to come back over here and fight me some more. Oh, there's one. Nice. Yeah. And maybe this week we'll, oh, right, no, we won't. I talked about that. I was gonna say, maybe this week we'll, get progressing on the story again, but I forgot that, we basically didn't progress on the story last week, so now we gotta, do fetch quests to catch up on the XP that we were denied earlier. Yeah, so our D&D session last week, I had we had I don't know, it's very disjointed. These adventures are very disjointed, and so you get hired at the start to find this guy who's been disappeared. He hasn't been disappeared, he disappeared. And so when you go to try and find out about him, you go and you ask around where he was last seen, and you find out that he was kidnapped, and people recognized the... They didn't necessarily recognize the individual people, but they recognized the group who did it, and they tell you where they're at, where their general hideout is. And so, jeez, there's so many zombies. I may have just killed myself jumping down here. And so, we go to the hideout, and he's not there. This other guy is. And because what they've done is they've kidnapped the wrong guy. And so you rescue that guy, and we took prisoners to ask about what was going on. And so they gave us instructions on how to get to their base. And so then we went into the sewers where they said their base was at, and we followed the clue. And we rescued the guy we were supposed to rescue. Well, while we were rescuing the guy, we had overheard them talk about this stone the Stone of Galore. And so I wanted to start asking around about this stone, but the adventure is, like I said, very disjointed. And so that was the start of it. We rescued a guy who got mistaken for another guy, and we overheard some things and about some of the people involved in whatever's going on, and then the adventure moves on to totally unrelated items, and some of the issue I think with the disjointedness is the way our DM runs the game, and so he'll just say, look, you guys got to get levels in faction with various factions to get access to the information you're looking for. So asking around isn't going to help because people aren't going to talk to you with information that'll let you figure this out. I'm like, okay, well that's really weird then. Why did you give us the information? I don't understand. And so up to this point, nothing we have ever been told we've been allowed to act upon, which for me makes for a terrible adventure. And so after that, we were given an inn in the city, a tavern, I guess, not an inn, that was in need of repair. And then we were told that it would cost like 1,200 gold to repair it. Now, 1,200 gold doesn't mean anything to anyone because it's not a real currency, but a daily wage is probably like less than half of a gold. And so, in fact, I think if I remember correctly, it's less than a weekly wage might be just over half a gold. And so, you know, the average person isn't going to see 1,200 gold to fix up a tavern. And I feel like 1,200 is so much money that I'd just be able to buy a whole new place at that point. I don't know why I'd want to fix up something for the cost of a brand new one. And so we know what we're supposed to do. And he introduced us to the various people around the town where our tavern is. And so one of them was this private investigator. I'm like, ooh, we should hire that guy to see if he can get information on that stone. And that's when he told me that we weren't going to get any information, that no matter who we asked or who... Whoa. What is going on? Why do those trees fall down like that? That was weird. And so we were told that we were going to have downtime, and we needed to figure out what our guys were going to be doing while they didn't know what was going on, and that we could do things like gamble or fight in gladiator pits or things like that. And I'm like, seems really weird to me. So we did hit a level at that point, and so my character, he got to take a tool proficiency, which means you're good at using those tools. And so I picked carpenter's tools since we had a tavern to rebuild, and I thought since we're going to have multiple weeks of downtime, not because the game necessarily required it, but because the DM took a new class that can build magic items, but building magic items takes a long time, and so he wasn't going to be able to build magic items if we didn't stop playing the game, basically. Our characters stopped doing things long enough for him to have 2 weeks of sitting around doing nothing time to build magic items. And so we had to spend, well, we didn't spend, it wasn't real life weeks, we just had to tell him what our characters were doing for 14 straight days. And so uh, I told him that my guy would be using his carpentry skills, which I felt fit in with his storyline because he's a marine, worked on ships and stuff, and they probably know something. Probably would have picked up a few tricks and tips along the way about repairing the ship, seeing as how he is a marine, so he's probably involved in fighting. And ships that are involved in fighting are probably getting damaged. And so then he says, okay, well, you can roll for that. And so then he has me roll a few times. And I thought we were going for like percentage completed or something. And nope, he just added it all together and said that I had shaved like 89 gold off of the 1,200 gold price in my 2 weeks of carpentry work around the tavern. Now the building's made of wood. I get, like, if it was in terrible repair, but I don't think it's in that bad a repair. We're never going to repair it. We're never going to run this in because we're not going to spend that much money repairing this stupid building that has nothing to do with anything. So then after he tells me that we can't use the private eye to, oh man, I've got a bunch on me. After he tells me we can't use the private eye, who he said, oh yeah, you can ask this guy to fetch information for you. And then I'm like, ooh, this is the information I want him to look for. Oh, well, he can't do that. Then we did fetch quests. And so I can't even remember what the one quest was. I already went on a huge rant about the Zentarum and how they're not an actual organization in our game, but somehow they are neck and neck with the most powerful criminal organization in the city. And I don't understand how that's even possible because there's so few of them. And I mean, the other organization is so big that they work with some of the worst monsters in D&D. They're run by a beholder. We ran into the Illithid that works for them. Illithid are really powerful bad guys, and so and then he's like, oh well, none of the Zentarum know what any of the other Zentarum are doing, and they're all tiny little clusters, tiny little groups of like 10 guys. I'm like, okay, 10 guys are not going to take on the entire thieves guild of the largest city in the world, because that's where we're at, is basically the most technologically advanced and largest city in the world in the game of D&D currently. And not made up by our DM, actual from the books canon. Waterdeep is like the biggest, most advanced city in D&D in this particular world, Faerun. And so, yeah, it's weird to me that we can't ever get any information. And then he's like, oh yeah, so for the Zentarum, what did we do for them? The thing is I don't pay attention to the Zentarum because I wasn't invited to join the Zentarum. I know for the Force Grey, we were asked to go speak to a hermit, and then bring back his report, fetch quest. And then the Harpers, who are spies, asked us to go speak with one of their operatives, a talking horse who pulls a carriage in one of the areas of town, and get his report, fetch quest. I'm like, these are stupid. Like, and then this is I know I already talked about this, but so we do these fetch quests, and each time we do the fetch quest, we get 1 point of faction level up in the group we're in. And he tells us that the more faction we have, then the more information we'll get about the storyline. And so then I find out that the thief on our team, he's actually got 3 levels of faction now with Zentarum, and so I'm like, all right, we can get some good information now about this Zentarum guy that we've been looking for. Nope. That's when we were told that the Zentarum aren't a cohesive group. They're actually small groups that share a name, but they don't actually know what each other are doing or help each other out. And so nobody knows where this guy is at. I'm like, that is the dumbest thing. Why? Oh, no. Somebody done let me shoot my way through all my bullets. And, so yeah, I thought that was ridiculous. That why are we getting faction then? If we're getting faction, you said so that we could get the information about what's going on. Now that we have 3 levels of faction, we've only been allowed to do 1 set of faction quests, right? It's not like in an MMO where you go and you do a quest and you get some faction points, and then you come back and you do another mission and you get more faction points. No, that would be too easy. Did I go up a level? I did. Awesome. I would like Grease Monkey level 1, please, because I am going to make a bicycle, because I am tired of... Not that a bicycle is great, but a bicycle is faster than walking, even if it uses as much stamina as walking. But let's go see if we can't build ourselves a bicycle. And, so it's super disappointing. I mean, why say those things and then turn around and be like, oh, well, you know, it would help you out too much to... Oh, I need a workbench. Dang it. I feel like there's a workbench nearby, so let's at least get the stuff I need. So handlebars, I need duct tape. I've got the leather on me. Mechanical parts, sharpen parts, springs. Springs, mechanical parts, duct tape. Okay. So we got enough for that now. And then the chassis, I'm going to need forged iron with all that. I've got forged iron. And then we're also going to need wheels, right? Yep. Wheels are scrap polymers, oil, coal, and acid. Scrap polymers, oil, coal, and acid. I don't even have enough coal to make one wheel. Alright, so we gotta get some coal from somewhere. Joy. While I look for a crafting bench to make these other parts. I don't even know where to get coal. I need a building that's been burnt, right? Is there a workbench in here? Coal. Where would one go to get coal? I bet popping pills will have some, right? Because isn't it used in like I think it's used in some of the um, medicine stuff. Maybe, anyways. We can at least look. So, yeah. Uh, so then we do all those fetch quests, and that's like 2 weeks of gameplay. And I'm just like, ugh, fetch quests. Fetch quests in a game where you're in control of the pace of the game. And I'm like, I don't understand why does this adventure have fetch quests in it? I feel like there's a big disjointed concept from the people who write these that they're like why would that be a thing? Why would you give them information about something that's going on and then pretend that their guys are just going to sit around and not do something about it for weeks? And But that's what happened, and then we're apparently sitting in our inn doing nothing, and there's an explosion, and so we rush outside to check the explosion, and someone has thrown a fireball, which is a oil shield. I got excited there. I thought that was my coal. Has thrown which is a fireball is a pretty big spell. It affects a large area, and there's a bunch of people dead, and so we want to look around to see what's happened, and then, like I said, just super disjointed. So basically, two groups in our particular campaign, the Zentarum and the Xanathar's Guild, are fighting each other for the Stone of Galore, which is supposed to unlock a vault or lead to a vault. I'm not really clear on what it does. Full of gold, and so uh, there's my coal. Okay, but now I need a workbench. And so, that is not how I got in here. And so, maybe the passing gas will have one? So we got told the very first level that we were, our level, not the levels of the game that we've gone through, but at the very first level of ours, we were told that, about the Stone of Galore, and that has something to do with money. Oh man, I haven't seen one of those before. Ow. And so, okay, I don't know what's going on with my stamina, but this is getting super annoying. Hmm. Yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, it's a destroyed workbench. Ah, dang it. I thought maybe I would make it over it. And there's all my ammo. I think all I got left now is shotgun ammo, and I don't use shotguns. Alright, so what's in here? More tools! I don't need, steel tool parts, I'll take those. Secret tunnel, I'm not going in, because that's not what I'm doing right now. I am looking for a workbench. I know someplace near my home had one. I just don't remember where. And so, so then while we're investigating the explosion, even though we found a trail leading away from the explosion and we followed it a little bit, it disappeared. And I wasn't allowed to go look farther in the direction that it led. Uh, Trying to find a hurt, limping man who somehow was able to limp away from me faster than I could move. And so he got away. And so then we had to. One of the other guys found a piece of cloth that matched the one of the temples, and so we followed that piece of cloth to the temple and got attacked by a metal man, like a robot. And the robot, man, I ran into a workbench. I swear, right near my house. I was like, ooh, I'll have to remember that for when I need a workbench. But I don't know where it was at. Anyways, and so then they wanted us to hunt down. They wanted us to hunt down the metal man, and they gave us a device to detect it. And so we followed the metal man signal. Well, no, because the book is. Ugh. So they're like, somewhere in the entire freaking city is this metal man. You don't know where he's at, so you're gonna have to grid search the entire city for this metal man using this detector because yeah, that's what people like from their quest. How much water do I have to drink before you stop telling me that I am thirsty? Because it's getting ridiculous. I've drank like 7 things of water today, and you're still telling me I'm thirsty. And so we follow the Metal Man stuff, and we get led back to um, oh, when you know it, the building right next to where the guy disappeared that I wanted to search, and so that's where he was hiding this whole time. Nope, that's not true. I don't know what's going on. Like I've said multiple times, one of the big problems that we are running into is the fact that our DM is using a guide, and the guide is also supremely disjointed from reality. It feels sometimes, and so in the guide, for whatever reason, the hideout that these guys are using is suddenly no longer their hideout. I guess it's in the adventure book too, but they're fighting over this stone when we get there, and the Metal Man somehow the Metal Man, even though we came in the only entrance because we looked, um, the Metal Man slipped past us and took the stone with him and disappeared into the city. And even though we ran after him and we knew which direction he had gone, that's not how our DM works. And so I'm like, well, which direction did the signal go? He's like, southwest. I'm like, okay, I'm going to search southwest. You look around for the rest of the day, and when you're done, you just don't find him. I am going to say that you've finished searching the North Ward. Okay, if the signal went southwest from where we're at, why would I search north and east from where I was at? Explain that one to me. Yeah, and so he got away, and so now we have to faction quest some more because we're supposed to be level 4. And so we got a quest to take some potions to somebody. And I don't know, I think there are a couple more quests we got. At that point, I wasn't interested in even paying attention because it's disjointed. Why are there faction quests in the middle of trying to track down where this robot went who has the stone that we were told about at the beginning of the game that we at least killed the guy who was the member of Zentarum that we had been searching for and trying to get information on so that he wasn't going to be a player anymore. It's not so much that I want to kill everything we come across. It's just that I want to remove them from the board so that there are no more random, oh, you got to go find this guy. I'd rather they were just all dead, and then that way they will never pop up again. Um, yeah. All right. Almost got my bicycle built today. I've got to figure out where a workbench is. I guess I should have wrote it down on the map, right? I mean, I guess I can go all the way down to the traders. They've got one. Yeah. All right, click like if you like. Subscribe and catch the next one. I will talk to you later.